Right. Those are the ideas that I just gave were what I'd be doing outside of further developing my qualifications, from going from level 2 to level 3 and then from level 3 to level 4, specialising in nutrition. Everyone needs to eat, so that's, in my opinion, the universal base I could start off from, really specialising in the field. And if I can specialise in other fields, then I'll go for it, but if there's any one I pick, at least at this point, it would be nutrition. But anyway, getting back to it, I wanted to make a plan for how I'm going to move forward. Um, Not sure if you can see that, but what I wrote down is make a final decision on whether I'm doing the apprenticeship and full-time or part-time work that I've got lined up, because I could do both. And then, as I said before, plan workouts around the internship and the open. So it's easy to do my job. Planning my workouts, or at least some of them, around the open as well will make it easier to do that and to get myself competition ready if I want to do that. Having that competition aspect might be very helpful for me to, pardon me, push myself further. Now that I think about it, I can't remember the last time I actually went into a competition of any sort. Especially that had money to it. I'd say maybe now that I say that, I now vividly remember getting into like a competition that was a rowing one, 10,000 meters. And see how quickly you could do that in, and the guy was being a sore loser about it. But I didn't have valid proof. They said 0 meters rather than 10,000 meters because I counted it down. Even though I did beat him fair and square. Yeah, having that competition, going back to it though, having that competition aspect might be one of the main things that I do that cause me to push myself further, on which I cause myself to push myself further. Yeah, I tried wording it in a way in which it's clear that I'm taking accountability and making it known that it would be me that's doing that. It wouldn't just be happening out of nowhere. Is there anything else I wanted to put? It makes sense, seeing as I've been getting into like the fitness industry. It makes sense that I could try and make multiple streams of income from that alone, and then I could go from there. So I could do some income source planning. So that would be, if it's talking about the fitness industry, for example, I could try and literally like a game, try and max out my stats, going from level 2 to level 3 to then level 4, and doing all of the other qualifications that way. So that would be the first one. The first income source being progressing onto online health coaching. So instructor to PT to then online health coach. So it'd be level 2, which I already have, so then level 3, and then level 4, specialising in nutrition. And then plus other qualifications I'm interested in getting, such as like the yoga qualifications that I could get to help me out with the calisthenics. And also ones related to recovery. So if I could find ones, maybe there's some massage qualifications I could get. I know I can, but I'm not sure if that will help. If that really specifies about recovery, I'm not quite sure. But I could do that. So things that help me out with like my calisthenics would be yoga, and then I'll put that down. Then the other one, recovery related qualifications. Maybe like this massage one that I've seen. I'm not sure though. And then other ones I'm interested in. And then from there, your qualifications wise, that's how I go down, that's how I go about it. But as for work wise, how would I make the transition from PT to online health coach? I'd have to start, well, if I want to build up clientele, I'd have to go, it makes sense for me to go in a gym and work for that gym in order to pay less rent if I can. And then have more people coming in that way. I'd have to accept that many people will be coming and going, because I don't want to scam people. So I'd have to help them past the point where they need me. And I'd just more so be, if they want me to be, a mentor figure in the back. So I could do a deal where if they do buy a package of mine whatsoever, or anything like that, I could give them like any sort of questions they want to ask me as and whenever. I give them that opportunity to for them to do that, like not try and give them a limited amount of time for them to ask me questions about anything they're struggling with. For example, not answering their questions if they aren't wanting to work, or if they aren't wanting to train with me, or if they're not training with me already. Yeah. How would I make this transition? I don't know. How would I be working full time as a PT at working for a gym and then still trying to build my own business that way, I don't know. I really don't know. But that transition from instructor to PT is going to be easy. All I have to do is just get the level 3 qualifications. That's it. It's very clear, cut and simple. But how do I do this? PT to online health coach. I don't think it's going to be possible with a part. I don't think it's going to be. It's going to be at least easily possible with a full-time PT job. It's going to be unnecessarily difficult, I think, because if I'm working 8 hours under a gym company, but then I'd be trying to create something of my own off that. How? I'd have to maybe try and go. I'd have to start becoming more inflexible with when I'd work, so only be willing to do morning shifts. From there, then I'd have maybe from like 1 o'clock onward to build up my own online health coach business, in which I sell products or sell fitness related services, nutrition, mental health management. Even though I make it clear I'm not a qualified therapist, I just be talking about what I've done that's worked for me and other things. I have to really live that life though. I haven't been eating the healthiest. That's just because money hasn't been coming in like that. I've had to ask my parents for money, very honestly. So the nutrition thing hasn't been something I've been doing, although I want to. I'm definitely not going to scam people. I've come so far partially by being honest to a level I feel comfortable with. So scamming people is definitely not on the table for me. It's not an option I want to take. And I don't have to. It's just that in exchange, it might just take longer to sustainably have an income and to be able to manage my finances and just myself from that point onward. It might take a bit longer, but at least my roots would be within honesty. My roots would be honesty, not fraudulent activity, where I'd be, for example, taking workouts from Google and then just giving them that and saying, oh, I know all my stuff, and then whenever the clients would have questions, then I don't know how to answer them. And I try and make it seem like they've got a problem for asking me questions, when in reality I just wouldn't know what I'm talking about. I was thinking another source would be, as I said, modelling. Just in the background, try and make it passive. To have money coming in from photo shoots that I would have done a while ago. Or maybe they'd pay me immediately. I don't know how that would work. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't want to be doing photo shoots though. Maybe just sporting some clothes for a clothing company, or maybe even like clothes, shoes, something. But definitely not like major catwalk fashion shows. I don't want to do that. Maybe for like gym wear. I think that's a solid idea. So going from photo shoots to then try and model for gym clothing companies, depending on how scammy those people are, I don't know how trustworthy they are. But I was thinking more like your H&M, your Nike, your Adidas and that sort of stuff. And although I still can do that, I mean, I would be in the gym a lot, and most of the time I'm in casual wear that gyms would be selling. So I think gym clothing, modelling for gym clothing companies might just be a route that I could take. I would certainly have to think it through further than just saying, well, I might want to do it. I mean, I go to the gym a lot, it makes sense to model for gym clothing companies of that, but it's just an idea. So I'd say for gym clothing companies and other I'll call it other sportswear companies like Nike and Adidas. Or just very, very basic clothing companies that I really don't care. Like, I'm not a major, I'm not picky with brands, just as long as it doesn't look bummy. Just to clarify, when I say photo shoots, I mean of me being in shape. As a or having a photo shoot as a form of accountability to get in shape and to stay in it. So I regularly be doing photo shoots, and then from there I might actually get connections like this where I'd be modelling for clothing companies and getting potentially major bags, a lot of money from it. I don't know, maybe not, but it's one option. Oh, actually, another thing I could put for this first one where I'd be working towards being an online health coach, I'd be doing competitions too. Such as CrossFit Open and also calisthenics ones. And then, if anything, if I don't win the money prize, I'd be out there and people would see me really putting an effort in, and then I could get work from that. Or many connections which I wouldn't have otherwise had from that. Yeah. So from this, there'd be quite a few services. Like online health coaching, I'd be doing that. Training people in person, training people online, giving programs in that. And as I said, doing the competitions as well. Seems like there's no short, like I remember Elon Musk saying, there's no shortage of money. And if I'm doing all these things, helping people out like this and potentially getting large checks from competitions, financially I think I'm more than sorted. Especially if there are many people coming in through the business, but if business is running low, I could do the modelling. So I could be pretty much like quite sorted financially, and I can smile about that, knowing that I'm not going to be so fucking broke because I'm coming up with ideas now. Doing it now, not so I don't have to do it later, but that's just a side benefit. I'm just doing it now so I'm not in a situation that I don't want to be in anymore, where I have to keep on asking my parents for money because the student loan money is just gone now, completely gone. So long term, these plans could work, and then I could do even more with that. I could collaborate with other people and make money that way. I don't know, maybe hmm. I've just been thinking, as I was saying when the camera cut off, that I could train at calisthenics parks, and then people might be interested in like how I got to a point where I'm at, and then from there you can say if you are interested, you can go onto my website, whatever that be, and then take it from there. There was another thing. Oh yeah, books. I could go and create a whole load of books about my own stories and how to get to a certain place with like body transformation, for example, and just making books about fitness in general. Maybe what I would have wanted to know, or what I'm interested in learning about, and citing information from trustworthy places there. So being able to provide, the way how I can make my books different would be to not only provide facts, but to also provide it within the context of my own story. No one else has that. No one else has my own story which I could refer to, or which I can refer to. Obviously I've got a whole load of videos up, but by that I mean no one has my own story. I mean, I could just very quickly come up with experiences which, for example, I might not have spoken about on the internet, which I'd be able to refer to. I think it'd probably be quite obvious who would be actually telling real stories and who wouldn't be. I mean, scammers have been baited out, especially in the fitness industry. And the people who, like, were just telling lies, some of them anyway have been, like on YouTube, like B Shred, Liver King. There are people who are well known liars, scammers. I don't know, I don't really focus on all that stuff, but very basically my point here is, with using them as examples, is that you very much can get caught if you are scamming. Regardless of whether they are, that's not my business and I don't really care. But yeah, I certainly would not be scamming people. But then again, wouldn't a person that scams people say that? However, unlike scammers, I've got a lot of proof that I am about what I say I'm about through these videos. They could go check that. So I could go from, with books, I could go from ebooks to paperback books, learn how to get them published, maybe, or how to self-publish them, I don't know. But oh no, I'm gonna rub that off. I was gonna write about how I transform my body, or something like that. People know about body transformation, so selling it as that would help. Even though it's a lot more a lifestyle change than just a body change. Actually, no, fuck that. I'm gonna name it what it is. Both physical and mental. Lifestyle change, both physical and mental. And if because of how I've worded it and I haven't tried to fit under like buzzwords, for example, if that means that less people buy it, then so be it. I'm getting to a position where I would have had so many streams of income coming in that I won't need to, that I won't feel worried if one's coming in a smaller amount than possible. Money's not everything, all there is to life. But with these ideas, at least if I start to pursue them, I'll be able to find financial health, I think, or financially healthy state. Yeah. But for now, I think I'm gonna have to end the video there, because I think 3 more minutes, and there won't be any space whatsoever on the phone. So this video will just be on on the phone and not able to be published because it's just too little space to export it as one final project. So I'll leave it at that. Cheers to moving forward with plans. And today as well, I've got CrossFit class to go to. So I'll probably be talking about that in another PT Diaries episode. Maybe today or tomorrow. I have done a whole load today, so I might leave it. My mind's feeling a bit overstimulated. I should go for a walk or something. But yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. Cheers to moving forward in life. Yeah, especially with my finances, because I'm holding myself back if I don't. Peace.